Welcome back to the jscall Morning Show. It's another quick movie review. This one might be a not so quick movie review. We'll see how it goes. The movie that we're going to talk about today. Oh, before I do that, if you love movies, I'm glad you found the channel. I'd love you to come back for the next one. Today's movie is a 1990, I think it came out in 1992, classic, and probably not, but Freejack. It's got Rene Russo, Anthony Hopkins, and Emilio Estevez in it. So Parents Guide stuff is below. It's 90s action, so not for kids. But this movie is very dated, but it has some ideas in it that I'm seeing pop up in like modern TV. There's a show on Amazon that has the same premise of this movie, which is basically rich, fancy people are about to die. Their consciousness is uploaded to a computer. They try to find a human body that they download their consciousness into. All right. And it's, in this world, it's called freejacking. You've been freejacked. Whatever. It is a bit dated, but that's okay. It's still fun. It's got a little bit of the Fugitive vibe in it. It's got one funny one-liner from this movie. Wouldn't want to... He gets a pulse back from a character and he goes, wouldn't want to dance to it, but there's a pulse. Like, okay, great. That's great. A lot of the 90s movies have these. What was the other big one? I don't know if it was 90s, but there was a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger called, I think it was called Eraser, that had some just crazy, like, one of the lines in that movie, I know we're going off topic, but I want a perimeter around this city so tight his balls will ache. Like, who wrote that? Who writes this stuff? Anyway, Mick Jagger actually is in this movie. He plays a bounty hunter. Mick Jagger is great in this movie. If you watch the new Spider-Man cartoon movies, Into the Spider-Verse, the second one, Into the Spider-Verse, I believe it was what it was called, or Beyond the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, divided by pi. One of them has like a punk rock Spider-Man. It's in the second one, definitely. And Mick Jagger in this movie reminded me of him. Like, I don't want a scratch on him. And it's all the Mick Jagger stuff. You would think like Mick Jagger's in this movie. Yeah, he is. And it's actually cool that he's in the movie. Like, I like his character in this movie. I like what he's doing. I like how he delivers his lines. I just enjoyed it a lot. They mentioned the ozone layer, which, oh yeah, I'm knocking things over. I don't care. Like, the fact that the ozone layer, like that terminology, like, oh, protect the ozone layer. And then no one calls it the ozone layer anymore. They've shifted to some other thing, but that gets mentioned in the movie. You remember that a lot growing up, like recycle and protect the ozone layer. This movie did have some funny ideas about what the future looked like. Like, all the cars are super weird shaped versus like a movie like Gattaca. It basically had future looking cars, but they made them feel like they were hover cars, and they added like a Jetson, like they added like a sound effect to them when they were pulling up and pulling away. So I feel like in post it wasn't a lot of work, but it felt futuristic. This movie, almost like Demolition Man, has like these really bubbly weird cars that you're like, no manufacturer would make that. But it's everywhere. Like, and some of the things, what was the other thing? There was one of the characters has these sunglasses where there's only a sunglass part on one side of his face, and I don't know if that was supposed to be like futuristic, because I don't remember if it did anything for him. It was just a futuristic look. Oh yeah, and all the doors, all these futuristic doors, they all opened with crazy like, and they were all like spiral. Like if you forgot something and turned around quickly, you'd be decapitated. Those kind of doors. Cool, but it's fun watching these older movies where they try to predict the future. Like, now, in contrast, Blade Runner, the original, that even today when you watch it, you're like, wow, when they made that movie, they're thinking of the future, and it still today looks futuristic. And it was like way ahead of its time. This movie, you're kind of going through it going, yeah, I think they were just trying to throw out ideas in a boardroom of like, what would be futuristic? What about, this is not in the movie, but what about cigarettes, but you don't smoke them? Like, they come up with these crazy ideas, but you stick them on the side of your face. Like, no, that's not the future, man. That's not what we're doing in the future. This is a one and done. no sequels. I do not make sequels. I do not want Rene Russo and Emilio Estevez to come back and say, you know what we need? A 30, 40-year anniversary of this movie. Yeah, I also love the fact that this is a time travel thing, and this is the comment I want below to my not so quick movie review. What are your thoughts on time travel? So this movie time travel is a one-way ticket. I love that concept. There was a Hallmark movie that I forgot the name of, Hallmark type movie, and it had time travel in it, and it was so cool because even though in that movie they went back in time, the theory was if you time travel, that's your new present, and you can't, it's not a back and forth type of thing. You make the journey, and that's where you live, and there's no coming back. This movie's the same idea. It's like they can extract people from the past, but once they're in the present, there's not a way to go back to the past to change something. I like that kind of time travel. There's a lot of different time travel stuff out there, but my question to you would be, out of all the time travel sci-fi movies you've ever seen or books you've read, what is the time travel concept that you really enjoyed seeing in cinema that you feel like made the most sense? Or maybe you have a scientific background and you go, this actually is how it would work. I'd be curious to know that. Overall, I liked it. Maybe because when I was a kid and I watched this movie, I remember liking it as a kid, but I didn't remember what it was about. I remember Emilio Estevez, Rene Russo, Anthony Hopkins. I remember one particular Mick Jagger scene, which played out differently than I thought in my brain that I had it down as. And then I remember he was a race car driver, and I didn't remember the story. And it was so fun to watch. And a lot of these 90s movies, they were just, I feel like in the 90s, they were going crazy. It was like all like R-rated action movies. I feel like there's a ton of them, and it's probably still the same today. I don't know what it was about the 90s. If you have a reflection on that, throw that below, because I feel like the movie Speed, for example. I recently rewatched that maybe a few months back, and that movie, I remember it being PG-13, but it is not PG-13. But it was just a crazy intense action movie, R rating on there. It could have been PG-13 if they just cut a couple things out, but I feel like a lot of the movies in the 90s were action, blockbuster, summer, R-rated action movies. So what did you think? Did you watch Freejack? Will you watch Freejack after this review? Well, anyway, be well, people. Be blessed. And we'll see you next time on the JScall Morning Show. Bye.